Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Did You Know, a digital ministry of Fredsville Evangelical Lutheran Church in rural Cedar Falls. I'm your host, Intern Andy, pastoral intern here at Fredsville. And this week, following in line with last week's, if you missed it, we were exploring the beginning of the Bible and the creation stories in Genesis and how there were two different stories, even though we tend to remember them and recite them as one. This week, similarly, there is some misconceptions found within the story of Noah's Ark. I know that's hard to believe that we're possibly misled in Sunday school that Noah's Ark isn't about cute little animals in a big boat and saving Noah and his family and the destruction of all the people, which is all true. It's all in there. However, what often gets overlooked is the fact that there are two different protocols, if you will, for what types of animals make the cut. And for this, we're going to get fancy again. I'm going to share my screen so you can see some of the words from the Bible. So if you want to, you can do this yourself. In Genesis chapter 6 is where we find the story of Noah. It starts with the wickedness of humankind. Everybody's really bad except for Noah and his family, and they're going to build a boat. So then, where it gets good is building the boat. It has all the lengths starting in 15. This is how you're to make it. The length of the ark, 300 cubits, width 50 cubits, its height 30 cubits, make a roof, etc., etc. And then there will be a covenant. And then in 19, we have, and of every living thing of all flesh, you should bring two of every kind into the ark to keep them alive with you. They should be male and female, of the birds according to their kinds, of the animals according to their kinds, of every creeping thing to the ground according to its kind. Two of every kind shall come with you to keep them alive. Also take with you every kind of food that is eaten and store it up, and it shall serve as food for you and them. Beautiful. That's the Sunday school story. Two by two, the animals are marched onto the boat. Every possible combination of animals, male and female, are ushered onto the ark to be saved. Also interesting is where it says every kind of food that is eaten and stored up. At this point, everybody, all the animals, all the people were vegetarians. There has been no meat eating allowed or done up until this point. You can fact check me if you'd like, leave a comment, reach out, we'll talk about it. So there's the Sunday school bit. But if we jump to Genesis 7 with the great flood, it says, Then the Lord said to Noah, Go into the ark, you and all your household, for I have seen that you are alone righteous. Verse 2, Take with you 7 pairs of all clean animals, the male and its mate, and a pair of the animals that are not clean, the male and its mate, 7 pairs of the birds of the air, male and female, to keep their kind alive on the face of all the earth. For in 7 days I'll send rain on the earth, in 40 days and 40 nights. Every little thing that I have made, I will blot out the face of the ground. Noah did all that the Lord had commanded. So instead of 2 of every possible creature, creepy, crawly thing, we have specific numbers. 7 pairs of clean animals, 1 pair of unclean animals, 7 pairs of birds to keep them alive. Kind of limiting. Because in the first, if you go back to Genesis 6, it said 2 of every creature. Creepy crawlies, animals, birds, etc. Here, 7 pairs of clean animals. So that's only 14 clean animals. And 7 pairs of birds. There's 14 animals. And 1 pair of unclean animals. So that'd be like a pig, and a male and female pig, or something along that line. So it's not all inclusive. There are limits to what Noah is to take. So then you get down in the 600 years old. The floodwaters came on the earth. His sons and his wife Sons' wives went into the ark to escape the floods, of clean animals and of animals that are not clean, and of birds and everything that creeps on the ground. Two and two, male and female, went into the ark. And then we had a third paragraph. On the very same day, they and every wild animal of every kind, and all domestic animals of every kind, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, and every bird of every kind, every bird, every winged creature, etc., went into the boat. So which is it? Is it clean and unclean, and birds and creepies, or is it every wild animal of every kind, all domestic animals of every kind, everything, every bird, every winged creature, which would be bugs and creepy crawlies and whatnots? I don't know. But if they're both there, it's not the same story. So, in fact, there are two accounts of Noah's Ark smashed together in Genesis 6 through 9. Interesting, I know. So then you get, he blotted out every living thing on the face, the ground, humans and animals and creeping things and birds of the air. They were blotted out from the earth. Only Noah was left and those that were with him in the ark. So here again, we don't have everything on the boat. Some things were blotted out with the evil humans. Some of the animals were left behind. That's probably where we lost the dinosaurs and the unicorns. But thank God we still have the duck-billed platypus. So then you get the flood subsides, God's promise, and you end up with the rainbow. So I kind of went through that really quick because there's a lot there, and I don't want to do really long videos because I'm not sure who's all watching these because I don't get a lot of feedback. So, did you know that there's two accounts of Noah's Ark? Now you do. Two different stories. You get the every animal, or you get clean and unclean, and birds and things. Which is it? I'm not sure. They're both there, so you can really kind of decide for yourself. Chances are they're written by different authors with different points of view and different intents. I haven't looked into it real close because the authorship is kind of all over the place with Noah, that chunk of Genesis. If you have questions, please feel free to ask on Facebook, email the church, find me on Facebook, YouTube, comments, whatever. Reach out, let me know. We'll talk about it. No sweat off my back. I'm looking forward to any conversation that might come of this. But with that being said, I will adjourn until next week when we have another Bible misconception to tackle. I'm not sure what it will be, so it'll be a surprise for all of us. So until next time, please take care of each other. Reach out, let us know how you're doing, and we will see you on the other side. Adios.